Yo. Go. I'm about to wake up, lace up, count blue face out. Never been a weather, so I'm not a fan of waiting up. Last night, feeling really low. This time, about to take the goal. Come second. Nah. Learn a lesson. Yeah. Enjoy the present. Yeah. Through the present. Nah. Hey, truly I feel the vibe. I'm the hero with 90 lives going 0 to 95 of Imperial. Very nice, I'm a wordsman. Twisting and megling all my curses. Worse than me, all these rappers, they think they worth it. No. Turn up. Hey, fire on my pistol, ever, rubber, turn up, slimy, style, fury, in my blood. No, ain't no giving, no. Calling a nigga to sit down, stop. Then on the moon is a big style. Yeah, are you a little just like mouse? Still in the style in a cloud. Stupid. Yeah, came from the dirt, my mud. Lacing the lavender, my blood. They know I'm zealous for my stuff. Know that I'm jealous, I need love. This song, don't go no time, I need to get some with y'all. Just on the top, it made me feel low. Higher than the smoking on the sea. Higher than you passing me the drip. Yo. Roll it, ride. I should be up in the sky. I should let myself be alive.
I do it. Run that bitch up like a track, run that bitch up like a track, Give me the pack and I might pack that. She got a fatty, I might pack that. Give me your addy, we pullin' it to your pattern, then we gon' put it to rest, we gon' click clap. I run that bitch like a boy with a cell on it. She saw my dick, then I fell on her. I got the pack in the box, I said, line it, open it up and then seal it up. I'm from the street, man, I feel like sesame. All of these thought you had sex with me. Whippin' and flip it, I know the recipe. Remember me, a nigga was sleeping and now you texting me. She ride my dick like a skateboard. I get the bobette on date horse. I give her Zanny, she might beat though. I got my choo lit, pimpin' face, pimpin' wet, pimpin' shit, okay, piss on my face.
40 round drunk and I'm gone. Ayy, aim it off one nigga dawn. Ayy, run through his crib when there's nobody home and then take everything that he owns. Ayy, my niggas got all their pose. Ayy, 30 round drum at your nose. Ayy, niggas they don't want no beef. Yeah, she wanna fuck me cause my teeth are golden. Talk all that shit we can meet, it's over. I cannot smoke regular weed, it's OG. I'm on that country, go no. Ayy, Uzi clip right at your nose. Ayy, ride with the chopper, I might blow. Ayy, free X, nigga, free bro. Ayy, my niggas running with them pros. Ayy, I ball up niggas like D-Rose. Ayy, yeah, I smoke that booth with my bro. Ayy, bro, I smoke that booth with my bro.
The sun will come out
Hello.
tomorrow.
Hello.
Bet your
Hello.
bottom dollar that tomorrow
Hello. Yes, I think it's working.
there'll be sun.
Hello and good morning,
Just
friends
thinking
and newcomers
about
alike. And
tomorrow.
Donald.
Clears
Welcome to the
away
stream. How are you doing
cobwebs
today?
and the sorrow, till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow. So
Yeah, I think the volume is alright-ish. Those of you who do not agree with the volume, please let me know. But anyway, good morning and welcome. Oh, dang, the tablet's not working. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. How are you guys doing today? It is lovely, and still just as chilly Tuesday morning.
When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say.
Yesterday we had a webcam going on. That's not gonna be a thing today. Today instead we're gonna have more art, but of a different kind. Tomorrow is Friday, which is normally the day at which I update the comic. Which means I have to post up a new page tomorrow. However, I still don't have anything done to show. Which means I have to get to working on some comic book pages right now to post tomorrow. And to do that, I'm gonna go to one of those pages I was working on before and start finishing it up. So today is not gonna be a sketching up new pages day. Today is gonna be a finishing up pages we sketched before kind of day. So this is page number 9, page 10, page 11, page 12, 13, and 14. Well, let's go back to page 9 and let's start doing the line art. Going to finish up the line art for this and possibly page number 10 and 11 as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that I still have to do. Like, I still have to do all those background characters there. But there's a lot of stuff that is already in place, like Wallace, Wallace's mom, Wallace's brother. So many other things that I already have done. I can already line art those and leave sketching for some other day, some other time. So before I actually go with the line art, what I like to do, I mean, open up the preview, I forgot about it, is to set up the thing I like to do is to set up the panels first. Also, I'm gonna advance some songs into the soundtrack because Oni, the good boy, has been kind enough to go and supply us with his custom music playlist. So now I have some other songs to play instead of Persona 5 soundtrack every time. Anyway, I don't know, you say, yay, sketching or line art. Oh, yeah. I would keep on sketching forever and ever and ever. Problem is, I have, like I said, I have to finish up those pages, so I need to do at least this one page here line art today. And this thing I realize is that I'm able to work much faster if I do one process at a time instead of switching up between pages. So instead of just doing the line art for this page and then switching up to do the coloring and everything else, I'm gonna do the line art for this page and then line art for as many other pages as I can. It's gonna look super messy, it's gonna look very wishy-washy and all over the place, but it works. So trust me on that. What I'm gonna do here is, now that I have the frames, I'm gonna fill in the surrounding area with white to match the framing. which is fun by the way because this is the thing I started doing, but I don't know if anybody noticed. With the comic that is... I think I don't know if anybody noticed with the comic is that every panel here that has like the white outline is happening in current events, and all those panels that have the black outline, those are happening in the past. They're either a flashback or a told story, but they're not happening currently. And I use that difference within the framing to tell apart when something was happening. But I don't know if anybody noticed. So currently it's more of a trick that may have worked or may not have worked. Who knows? And also, hello Kaze, Wolf Morning, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? By the way, if today it sounds like I'm speaking lower, it's because I'm using other headphones. These headphones I'm using, they're not as loud as the other one, and they don't isolate background noise as well as the other one. The other headphones I was using before. Actually, the ones I was using before were earphones. Those that go like really into your ear. The ones I'm using now are actual headphones. And also, Commander Root, hello, welcome to the stream and thank you so very much for the follow. And welcome to our Canine pack. How are you doing today, buddy? New friend. Because you say that, yeah, you didn't notice. Oh, that's good to know. Because I was starting to wonder if anybody had noticed it. Because a lot of things I do is kinda hard to tell if people are or are not noticing, because most of those things people don't comment upon. By the way, most of the songs that we'll be playing from now on, the Good Boy Bot will say that it was I who requested them, but it was actually Oni. This is the playlist that Oni has posted up on his Discord channel today or the other day. But anyway, how are you doing today, Donald? How are you doing today, Kaze? How are you guys doing? How is the unclehood becoming of you, Donald? I don't even know if that's a word, unclehood. But what I mean is, like, how does it feel to be an uncle now? Because I read in your Discord channel when you were announcing the lectures and whatnot about that as well, and that possibly sounds very awesome. I wouldn't know, but I would think it does feels good or nice in some way. And also, Kazid, you silly boy, you cannot request the entire soundtrack for a thing. There are gonna be too many musics. And Donald, you say that it's been fun, been good, kind of fun thinking since your sister's waiting for birth in December, plus kind of fun when you literally play the role of dubbing of Donald Duck voice in your country, and the fact that you are an uncle now. So are you the actual voice actor for Donald Duck over in Denmark? I think you are from Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. Because if that's so, that's even more awesome. Norway. Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome. In any case. You're a dubber. Do you mean a dubber as in someone who dubs things over as a hobby, or do you mean a voice actor, like a professional of the industry who voice overs things, namely Donald Duck? But still voice acting dubber, you said. But still, that sounds awesome. There's a lot of people that I have heard of, at least, all over the other countries, who came across voice acting Donald Duck because they, growing up, they learned how to do the Donald Duck voice, and as time went on, the current voice actor for Donald in said country passed away, and they needed a new voice actor. And then those people who were awesome at voicing over Donald got called up to take up the mantle of the voice of Donald Duck. And Donald, you say, like, you work for a studio that works with Disney, as Donald Duck is in your country, is a protected title. Yeah, I think it is a copyrighted or trademarked, one or the other, character, mostly all over the world. But still, that's awesome. Kinda wanted to be a voice actor when I was younger, but holy damn, I cannot voice act for shit. I have tried, I'm not good. I'm not good at all. By the way, haven't any of you ever heard the lyrics for this song, Black Ship? The lyrics makes very little sense. Because you said that sounds cool as hell. That's why I have to hire an assassin to kill the current to take his place. Oh, pretty much, yeah. And Donald says, yeah, it's booking, but you get paid, so it's a lot of fun. Booking? What do you mean? What do you mean by it's booking? And also Zach, hello there, welcome back to the stream. I mean, welcome to the stream, in fact. How are you doing today, buddy? You said you were back from being AFK, but if it's an AFK that lasts for almost 24 hours, might as well just welcome you into the stream altogether. Because pretty much everybody here has been AFK for quite some time. Quite some time. school, each and every one of us went to a different school. We didn't live that far from each other, but we all went to different schools. And in turn, well, we all had to make new friends when he got into our new schools. I probably had the least success in that. But I mean, eventually I did found myself in this kind of displaced group of people, of the odd ducks and odd ducats as well. But there was this one guy who was extremely annoying. And for some whatever reason, he was extremely clingy to me. And he annoyed the shit out of me. But for whatever reason, no matter what I told him, no matter what I did, he would still cling to me. It was extremely annoying. And eventually there was this little one assignment we had to make for school. It was for us to go and research, do whatever sort of research into foreign culture and present it to the class. Any foreign culture would do. So I had like, I have these and those thoughts on those things to show, but we could not do it by ourselves. We need to make it a group effort. And somehow I got stuck with him because everybody else had the group and whatnot. So I was stuck with him, and we had to present some sort of project into foreign culture. And he totally went for like, I know what I want to tell to people. I'm gonna go and present this Naruto song for the class, and it was that song that was playing just now. And I'm gonna sing it over. And I was like, oh no, you will not. But he did. We had some problems procuring a song playing device to bring to class because it was 2009 and cell phones with powerful enough sound, so speakers were not a thing yet. So I had some problems doing that, but when we did, well, we didn't really. So we bought it on a song playing device, but it was too low to hear, so the entire thing was pretty much just me standing in front of class alongside him and he singing some Japanese nonsense. I was like, and I just remember that being like the worst time ever, as I held the song playing device uselessly because it was playing no sound at all. And yeah, that's why that song brings me bad memories. But no worries, it could have been much worse. In fact, today it's kind of a funny story. But anyway, like I said before, these songs that are playing right now are the songs that our good boy Oni has compiled into a playlist Good Boy Bots is saying that I am the one who requested those songs, but these are the playlist songs, so that's why they will show as if I had requested them. But those are the songs Zoni made. As I said the other day, and I will repeat myself, he has very good music taste. Most of the songs he has been requesting so far, I do end up enjoying, so I decided, hey, maybe we should go and make a small playlist of songs. Like the only best hits. And lo and behold, he went and did it. So let's play his songs. Kazi said that your Wi-Fi disconnected for like 5 minutes. Oh, a lot has happened in 5 minutes. Little do you know, but another country has gotten their independence from the United Kingdom. So you missed that. But other than that, nothing else has been a noticeable loss, I don't think. It's all fine. By the way, I have already given a more or less of an explanation for why I'm doing the line art today, and that is, to repeat myself, is because tomorrow is Friday, the day when I have to post up this page, the finished page, and I have not anything finished yet. So instead of still going and doing them sketches and doing everything else, I'm trying to finish up this page here. So I have something to show up tomorrow. But then, throughout the next week, I will still have 7 more pages to finish. That's gonna be my guest for a while now, doing comic book pages. So if you were hoping for games, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. And also, hello there, Pixel Squiddy. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? How's your morning? Tuesday morning or afternoon going so far? That is the fun thing, I don't even have to guess if it's evening time from a lot of people, because if it were, they would not at all be awake. Tuesday. Have I not said that? Maybe I'm more confused than I thought. Oh no. But anyway, how are you doing this glorious Tuesday of today? And also, I had forgotten, but Donald Duck, thank you so very much for the host. Did a while ago when the stream started. It'll help some new friends find out about the stream. Pixel Squiddy, you said Tuesday. Maybe I have. I don't know what I'm seeing anymore. What is it that I was gonna say? I was gonna say something about the comic, but I don't remember. But in any case, I'm gonna, like I said, gonna be doing these pages one after the other until I have a very big buffer of pages done and ready, just waiting there in the back. And aside from that, there's also this these 8-ish pages that I'm gonna be doing, but they're not the entirety of the rest of the comic, I don't think, because like I titled this comic here blah part 1, so there's gonna be a part 2 which is gonna come after this one here is finished. But problem is, I wonder how far will I take this story into part 1, and how long will and for how long I will take to develop and do part 2. Theoretically, I didn't even need to divide this comic in parts. It works extremely well as a single part comic. Problem is, back when I was doing the Golden Week comic, I had no metrics. Like I was saying yesterday, it was my first time ever doing comics, so I had no idea how to do those, how they worked, what was what. So more or less on a gut feeling, I made because of my poor pacing skills, I made up the entire first part, the first chapter of the Golden Week, should be 20 something pages if I'm not mistaken, like 27. But the second part, if I'm not mistaken, I made it to be like 40 pages. And the third chapter was like 47 pages. That's ludicrous for a comic book. It actually is. So that was when I noticed I need a metric. I need to have a consistent amount of pages for my chapters. They can't simply go up and down in pages as I please. They need to have a metric. And not only because of the comic itself needs to be well concise within itself, but also because if you're gonna publish a comic book, normally they only publish comics, well, publications, when they are published, it helps if if the number of pages is a multiple of 8. So either 8 pages for a ridiculously small comic, 16 pages for a more or less well-sized comic, but still on a little bit on the short side, or 24 pages, which is default number of pages for any nowadays industry comic. Or of course you can go higher like I did and go to 32 pages or 40, around 40 pages or 48 pages. The publisher who were publishing my comic, they said that 48 is like the most they are willing to do. If it goes like to 56 pages, for example, another 8 pages, that they would have to charge extra for that one specific issue of the comic. And now I wanted all the comics to have more or less a stable price, every one of them to be priced the same. So I decided to stick to a number and follow it. So I decided that 40 pages would be the number of pages for the rest of my comics, for the rest of the chapters of the comic. So that's why from chapter 4 onwards, every chapter has 40 pages, give or take one. Like, it wasn't like the first 3 chapters, which were all over the place with the number of pages. The last 4 chapters, they were much more concise with their number of pages. But still, 40 pages is a decent amount of pages for you to produce a story, to tell something. If you have a lot of shit to tell and show, like it or not, the Golden Week wasn't a comic book complicated enough to demand 40 pages to explain the story. Could have been done with much less, I think. some details would be left out, but then again, I feel like some details of the comic didn't help the plot at all. So not only they could, but they should be left out. So, when starting up the Call Me Daddy comic, I decided that I should try to limit myself to a 20 pages comic, because 20 pages is the industry standard nowadays, and I wanted to make sure that I can, if push comes to shove, that I can work for the industry in the future. So adapting myself to their standards would be a nice idea. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna make this comic with 20 pages, which is the industry standard. Let's see how that goes. Can I still tell good stories with just 20 pages? Can I still develop? I can introduce the characters, the setting, the everything in 20 pages, develop it all, and then still come to a nice conclusion by the end. Because I had been very used to working with 40 pages, so suddenly cutting that down by half was gonna be a challenge, I feel. But I did good in the end. I feel like my first comic, the Call Me Daddy, was more or less perfect length. In 20 pages I was able to do all the things I wanted to do. I introduced the characters, introduced the setting, and introduced the whole thing, and I finished it all up. The thing with the Call Me Daddy comic though is that because I was now working with 40 pages, a lot of times here and there I felt like, there was this thing here or that thing there that was a part of my original plan for the story that I left out. I thought, there's this thing I want to show, but I can't because I don't have enough space to show it on. So it taught me a very important thing about leaving things out of a story. Just because I think it's cool or that it gives a nice little touch to the characters doesn't mean it's gonna help the plot. And if it doesn't help the plot, might as well not be there. So it taught me to more wisely use the amount of space I had in the comic. And then I did the Call Me Daddy and I did the Call Me Father stories. They were both 20 pages, if not 19 pages each. Something like that. And for this one here, Call Me Yours, I had this very lengthy story in mind. It was gonna be even longer. I knew, unless I cut a lot of things that would be necessary in a way, I cannot tell this story in 20 pages. I'd need like 25 pages to tell the story. But like cutting all the unnecessary parts and reducing it as much as I could, it would still take 25 pages, which would exceed my 20 pages maximum. So I decided, you know what, maybe I'll go and split this story in two parts. There will be part 1, and then there will be part 2. Part 1 is this current one we're doing. See, it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. And it set up the premise that will be fulfilled in the next part. So there's that. It's a much more self-contained story. Because I've also have been going through the lengths to make sure that the writing in this comic series here, they work in such a way that you can read each issue individually, and you don't need to read it all to understand the story. There is an overarching plot that goes from one issue to another, but there's also the central plot. But there's also the plot of the current issue, which is self-contained, so you can read a comic, an issue by itself, and you won't need previous knowledge to understand it. However, I can't do that with this one, because they are gonna be building off the same place, hence the division in parts. But anyway, I've been talking a lot about this, and I don't know if any of this is making sense, or if it's interesting for you guys. But in short, what I mean to say is that keeping stories short and concise is good. There's a saying in writing that goes something like "kill your darlings," which is to say, if you have an idea, if you have a concept, a character, and that concept is very dear to you, like I really love this character, this concept, this thing, and I love it so much that I want to feature it in every single story I do, every single place that I want to feature this thing in every work I do. That is good, because if you love it so much, you probably know it inside out. But it's also bad, because it's your darling, so you are biased towards it. You will never have something bad happen to it, or even if it's doing harm to the plot, you will not see it. So this saying goes, kill your darlings, or in the more modern words, don't get too attached to something in creation. You need to be flexible, and that goes, and I somehow agree with that. There's some things here and there that you cannot carry on forever. There's some things you have to left behind and cut it down if you want to improve the overall story. One such thing for me was the page limit. By shrinking down the page limit to 20, I had to cut off a lot of things. Let me see if I can remember any of those things, because I feel like some of them were interesting, but by now I don't even remember what I cut off on the comic. One thing I feel like I had something for before was Nathan's relationship with his shrink. I feel like I had another story, like not a story per se, but a little scene which I wanted to show. Like this whole, because Nathan's progression is pretty streamlined. People simply tell Nathan, you should go and do this, there should be more this, more that, and he go like, well then, okay, I guess I'll do that. But in reality, people take a whole lot longer to change and improve. So I wanted to show more moments where Nathan is feeling very reluctant to change. And I think one such moment was when Nathan and his shrink doing some walking exercises on the room, like I walk back and forth in this very small room, but do a crazy walk. Just lift up your arms, put them in your hips, sway around, do some crazy thing. Don't walk normally, walk like whatever. Because I feel that I feel like that would be a nice exercise. I mean, not a nice exercise per se, but I feel like that would be nice to show here in the comic. Nathan being so shy and very closed off on his own world, and then the shrink goes and say, hey, try to do this, which certainly puts Nathan in a position he is not very comfortable being at. And then it shows Nathan doing that, and I feel like it would be more endearing towards Nathan to see him doing that sort of thing. And another thing that I remember now is that there's a little part of this comic where we will see a little bit of Nathan's and Wallace's childhood. And originally I thought of doing that childhood sequence much longer. I posted a while ago a written story for this part here, the Call Me Yours Part 1. I posted up a written story, and in that story I did explore the side a little bit more, because I'm theoretically basing this off that written story. And in that written story there was this whole sequence where with young Nathan and young Wallace, or they kinda rescue, quote unquote, a little bug from their garden, and are like, and they try to take care of the bug and whatnot. And then Wallace, being all silly, he goes and introduces himself and Nathan through this bug. He goes like, hello, I'm Wallace, I'm your daddy, and this is Nathan, your new mommy. And then Nathan protests, like, I'm not mommy, or something. And then they have this little discussion over who should be what. And then they come down to this little agreement. They go, okay, then I'm... Wallace goes like, okay, then I'm daddy and Nathan here is papa. And that's about it. And in fact, that was gonna be the starting point for this whole chapter here. And in fact, I was for a long time there planning to call this part I was planning to call this part here Call Me Daddy and call him Mommy or something like that, because of this little childhood sequence that I thought about. But then nice as it was, I don't feel like it added too much to the story that it couldn't show some other way. So that was a part I felt like was very big, very important to the plot. I mean, not to the plot, but to the story as a whole. I felt like it was very important, but this still, it was hard to do, hard to convince, hard to illustrate, hard to do in general, so I decided to remove it. It was a darling, but it had to go away. Kaze, you say you think yours will take 15 pages, 15 or less pages. Well, that's good. But 15 for a comic less than 15 pages is it's very short. Are you gonna be able to tell whatever story you're planning to tell within 15 pages? Do you think you can? Not doubting you, just saying it's... Depending on the story you have, 15 pages is not gonna be enough. But depending on the story you have, 15 pages is, well, way too much. Zach, you agree. Comics can be tiring to make. And also, hello there, Oni. Welcome to the stream. What are you doing today? We're talking about comics and playing your songs. And some other songs that have been requested, such as the Pokemon theme. Kaze, you got disconnected again, so you don't fucking enter key and still thinking about it. What's wrong, Kaze? Zach, say Team Instinct for the win. Was that one of the teams in Pokemon Go? I have no idea. I think it was actually. It's like that sort of useless knowledge to have, but one has it nonetheless. Like, what are the Pokemon Go teams called? I think it was Team Mystic, Team Valor, and Team Instinct. And that not just serves me nothing, but for whatever reason I have it. But anyway, just to conclude what I was saying. I had these ideas for the comic. I had to cut them off because either they didn't work as well as I had thought, they were darlings and I had to kill them, or they were not helping advance the plot. So in general, they were not things that had to be there. They could be cut off. And if you have anything in your stories that you can cut off, you probably should. There are things that are extremely essential, but some things they're not. Some things can be discarded. And being a good writer, good storyboarder, maker of comics and whatnot, is being able to judge those. What is imperative for a comic to have, story to have, and what of that is discardable, what you can tell the story without. Which doesn't mean to say that all those things you discarded are completely and utterly useless. But the medium that a comic book works is that you have so few pages to tell this entire and whole story. So of course we are assuming a lot of stuff is going on behind what we can see, because of course these characters, they have to sleep, they go to the bathroom, they have a life outside of what we are being able to see currently. It's just that we don't go off showing that side of their lives, but it should be assumed that they have that kind of life. They have relationships other than the ones being shown, have more going on with them. And in a comic, being a visual medium, it's better to tell things that are more compelling visually. But there are some ideas, some stuff that enriches the world and the background of said characters, and those things shouldn't be discarded. They can be released like extras in the end of the comic, where you go and you write in a little biography for the characters, explain a little bit about what happened, what was what, and whatnot. And or maybe not even publish, but have that written down somewhere, that so you can use that for reference yourself. One thing I do remember about the Golden Week comic, very convoluted stuff by the way, is that I had the idea for the ending of the Golden Week comic when I was writing part 3. When I was finishing up part 3, I had the idea for that ending. And one idea that I had, I even wrote that if you have the physical issue of Golden Week part 3, possibly there is a little thing talking about the characters. One such character is Mike is talking about him and explaining how he has a brother, because the role that Nikki plays in the final chapter, originally I was thinking, maybe Mike's brother is gonna show up in the final chapter and do what Nikki was doing in that part. But along the line I decided to change my mind. I thought, I decided that I could very well go with the idea I had in mind and have Mike's brother show up in the Golden Week Part 7 and supply the role that Nikki ended up playing. But further down the line I thought maybe that's too convoluted, because he will show up and I'll have to explain that not only it's Mike's brother, but I'm gonna have to explain a whole lot of things about Mike, about everything, and that's gonna be kind of messy. And not only that, but I felt like the comic had way too few female characters, so I decided maybe I can add more female characters. And as I was doing part 4, I think part 4 or 5, one or the other, I came up with the idea of Maria and Nikki being together, and Nikki then showing up later to have them, because that made both her and Maria have a bigger meaning to the plot than they originally had. Originally they were just new tenants, but in the new version, the revised version, they ended up having a much larger role to play in the plot. So in the end, all that which I had written about Mike having a brother, that which I had written about it, and that whole idea I had, I feel like it was good, but it didn't help. So I ended up changing it, and you guys didn't even know about that. Nobody would have ever known. But anyway, Oni, you said need those pounds. No, hey, you're using the playlist. I am, and you're a happy boy. And also, thank you for the host, Oni. I'm True Con Up talking about the comic. Notice what else is going on. Bones, I say morning to all, and I say good wolf morning to you, Bones. And Oni and Zach has chimed in as well to wish you a wolf morning, Bones. How are you doing today? By the way, how badly are you hurting? To have the blisters in your fingers, or they're just red and sore and aching? Because just a little background. Yesterday, Bones was saying he had a guitar and he wants to play the guitar, and then I said, well, Bones, do go and play the guitar then. And he said no, or I mean, I don't even remember. I think he said something like, I'm gonna do that in the future. And then I said, well, then it will take quite some time for you to improve. And then I recorded a video of myself playing the guitar. Very badly, by the way, because I don't know how to play guitar. And then I showed Bones. I said, hey, look at this. This is me. This is how good I am. And that's how good I got in like a week or two. So yeah, a lot of finger aches and finger blisters afterwards. I got that quote unquote good. So hello. Had to go away for a little while. Bones said that your finger tingle. That rhymes in a way. You will be trying more tonight, and thanks for showing off, Doug. Your confidence was shocked seeing my skills. You wonder how could you ever be that good? You cried and you're traumatized. I'm not that good. I showed you that, and there was so many freaking mistakes. Like it was actually hurtful to see, to hear the playback. But we just want to show that I'm not a good guitar player. Kinda like you, I bought a guitar more or less on a whim and decided, hey, let's play guitar. And then some finger aches and blisters afterwards, I decided, well then, maybe I'll take a little break. And then I took a little break from playing the guitar. And yeah, it does come to you a little while afterwards. Actually, the whole Rocksmith site, there's something, I think they call it the 40 challenges, the 40-day challenge, which is pretty much something like if you play the guitar every day, an hour a day for like the 40 days, you will get better enough to be able to play these or that songs or whatever without having to, you know, look up tabs or whatnot, or something of the sort. I don't even know what's up with that. But the thing is, they have this challenge on their site. Do look it up, Bones. I'm not sure if what I'm saying is the true or not, but do look it up. And also Pokemosha123, hello. Welcome to to the stream, and thanks so much for following me on Twitch. Welcome to Arcanine Pack. How are you doing today? In this chilly Tuesday morning. And Kaze asks, where did Doug go? Yeah, exactly. Where did Doug go? That happened. And here I am back. Back I am here. Had some...
Are you a real villain?
Well, technically, nah.
Have you ever caught a good guy like a real superhero?
Nah.
No, have you ever tried a disguise?
Nah.
All right. I can see that I will have to teach you how to be villains.
Also, Zach with the We Are Number One. Apparently this show is like is weird as shit. But anyway, I don't know if you guys remember when I was playing Tomb Raider Legend and or Tomb Raider Anniversary and or Tomb Raider Underworld, Underglobe. I did go off a little moment there and talked a little bit about like in Tomb Raider in those 3 Tomb Raiders, there's this thing you can do, which is jump and roll in the air, and you kind of do a somersault, or you can roll in the ground as well. But the thing is, if you start rolling and keep pressing the roll button, Lara, she'll kind of do a Olympic somersaulting and rolling and tumbling around forever. So long as you keep pressing those buttons, she will keep doing that. And I feel like I always, whenever I was playing the game, I felt, let's do that, because you kind of need a little bit of skill with controlling where Lara is going and with pressing the buttons, because if you press you have to alternate between the jumping and the rolling button. If you do any 3 times in a row, she will end the combo. So I had to do either twice and then I alternate to the other, if you wanted her to keep the combo of somersaulting and tumbling forever. But when I was young and I played that game, I did that forever, whenever, always. Even when I was playing on the stream, I was doing the same thing. I was like, walking is for plebs, let's somersault my way around. Let's stumble around. And I did that. Problem is, once as well, when I was younger, randomly I was switching channels on the TV, and I saw this episode of Lazy Town. But I didn't saw the episode in itself, I saw like the beginning, where there's like this girl with purple hair and this guy in a more or less a pirate suit. They're in a boat, flying boat, if you will, and something happens, and this pirate guy, he enters this scene. But he doesn't simply enters the scene. He enters the scene by doing a somersault and tumbling around for a little while, just like Lara did there. And that's when it dawned on me. That's ridiculous. That's shit. That's stupid. For someone to decide, you know what? I'm gonna enter this room. And they do that by tumbling around. And ever since then, I could never play Tomb Raider the same way again, because I thought, okay, so Lara doesn't look as badass when she tumbles around like that, like so. She looks ridiculous and stupid. now I'm worried about my extended family. Hope they are doing good as well. But anyway, how are you? How have you been? It's been quite some time since the last time we have seen you here. What crazy complicated words to say. Anyway, it's been quite some time since we last seen you here. That I have seen you here. So how have you been, Ben? That sounds weird to say, doesn't it? How have you been, Ben? Anyway. Pixel Squiddy, breaking one limb is insanely painful. You can't imagine two at the same time. Me neither, really. You can't even imagine what it must be like. Bones said now your song choices have weight, my friend. Choose your songs wisely, for you need points to do this, to do so. And Zach, Doug, the good boy points decrease with each song requested. Yes, you need 3 good boy pounds to request songs, and yes, you are spending them. You don't just need to have a minimum of 3 to be able to request songs. With each song request, you are spending 3 good boy pounds. So that's a thing to keep in mind. And like I said, that system is gonna change in the future, but the way that system was originally conceived was that to avoid abuses, and so people couldn't simply show up on the stream randomly and request a troll song and fly away before we could even realize what was going on. So that's why you need points to request songs. That's so you need to do something to earn those points before you can request them. And even for people who have been here regularly, they still need points to more or less to ensure that people won't be trolling and requesting mean songs or troll songs, because you are spending your points. Eventually you will run out of pounds with which to request songs, and that makes you think a little more about what you want to request. You don't want to waste those points requesting something that is just gonna get skipped because nobody wants to hear it. Because yeah, you guys think it can't happen, but any moderator at any time they wish, they can type in !skip and skip the song. The moderators have the power to skip the songs. So if either I or the moderators disagree with your song choice, it can be skipped. So that's another reason for why you don't want to spend your good boy pounds requesting not good music, pretty much. And Sam, greetings Mr. Douglas and everyone, how are you all? We're good. But how about you? How about you, Sam? How are you doing? Also, I don't know what song is this, Angus McFife Glory Hammer, but I have heard this song like several times those past few months, or something that sounds extremely like this. Either songs by the same band or something of the sort. I don't know. Zach, how long do we need to stay to gain 1 GBP? You gain 1 GBP every 10 minutes. You also gain a bonus 50 GBP when you follow the channel for the first time. You get a bonus of 500 GBP by subwoofing to the channel. And you also get a bonus of 200 GBP per each dollar, euro, and or well, Great Britain pounds, which is also called GBP. Which every one of those currencies that you donate to the channel, you also get 200 Good Boy pounds. So currently those are the ways of earning Good Boy pounds. You also get some by rating and hosting the channel. I don't know how many though. But the thing is, if everybody is requesting songs, say each song takes like 5-ish minutes to play, so each 2 songs people request, like 10 minutes. So in that 10 minutes, that one song somebody else requested, everybody else got 1 GBP. So do that 3 times and everybody has enough to request a song. So collectively, the idea is that you guys will never run out of songs, requested songs to hear. Anyway, Sam, you think about 10 minutes. Being sick is okay, but being this sick is not okay. Oh no, Sam. You're so weak that you can even lift your dog. Wow. Are you okay, Sam? It don't seem to be recovering very well. Kaze, you say don't underestimate the power of a mod. Oh yeah, those pesky mods, they will do harm to you in a heartbeat. And only at least let the Spaisu playlist roll. Oh yeah, we have also Oni's playlist. You might like some tunes. Zach asks, how do you donate? Down below there's a little link with below the video feed. If you're watching on PC, below the video feed there's a little there's an area with links. With links, little tabs and whatnot. One of those is the donate. There's a gigantic donate button down below, and if you click it, you can donate to the stream. To the stream, I mean to me. Which in turn would turn towards the stream as well. While I do appreciate donations, I don't need to do that, Zach. For those delicious Good Boy pounds. Like I said, if you just hang around for a while, you will get some. If you already don't have some, I feel like you do. And not only that, but I was thinking about those donations for the stream, and that they should carry some sort of impact. And that you guys should be able to choose how you want that donation money to be spent. But I don't know if it is possible to change that, like set up during the donation, like how you want that donation to be used or whatever. If you can leave behind a little, please use this money for this, for that. I don't know. But I feel like there should be some agency over what you guys are donating the money for. But anyway. Sam, you say you were recovering well, but it appears that another infection got to you and now you're even worse than before. You need to go to a hospital, Sam. You need instant, very heavy care. And Ben, yeah, it has been a while since you've tuned into the stream. You've just been busy with work, but you have found some time to tune in, so you did. Well, you're always welcome here, Ben. Not only here, but also in our hearts. Whenever you decide to show up, we will be here to receive you with wide open arms. Zach says, minimum donation, Doug? Perhaps we can donate to help you in some way. There's no minimum value, really. I mean, theoretically you can donate even a cent, I think. I don't think it's worth donating a cent because they're gonna pay like much more in taxes. Or PayPal is gonna take away like... They take away some percentage of money, and I don't know... And I don't know how much that percentage is, but if you were to donate 1 cent, I feel like PayPal would scorn people. Would be like, why are you donating 1 cent? How am I gonna tax that? I don't know, but theoretically there's no minimum value for donation. Anything is appreciated, really. Just make sure that you don't have any other priorities in your life that needs to be taken care of. Because like I said, real life comes first, and before you decide to go and do things for other people, make sure you yourself is doing good, that you're doing okay, that things are going alright with you. You and yours, before I decide to go and look elsewhere. Oh, Gran Turismo. Those lovely Gran Turismo songs, I love them. Also, let me go and request a song as well. There's this song I wanna play, if I can remember what it's called. Found it. There it goes. And only that sounds like an allergic reaction, Sam. Sam, you went to the hospital, now you're taking stuff, but it will still take a while to recover, if it even works. It's an allergic reaction to a lung virus. And Zach Wrecking Ball, really, why not request Uvis What Does the Fox Say song? Because these, I don't know, I felt like requesting this song. But anyway, Sam, you said that regardless of that, you can only spend your time in certain places now, but you will stay here. Well, Sam, make sure you go and take care of yourself as well. A rest. We need you strong and rested if we're gonna keep up being a good boy. This song is so weird, but I love it. Like I listen to this song unironically. Pixel Squid, skip please. Oh sure. If the mods feel like skipping the song, feel free to. Oh man, this reminds me, some of these days I have to show up in Spiker's stream and request this song. Because that's what we do with Spike, we just show up in his stream and request weird shit. Just to see his reaction to it. Zach says too spooky for you. Ben, someone hold you, you're so scared. Scary. Oh, you don't need to beat, it's just Miley Cyrus singing Wrecking Ball with some creepy organ music playing in the background alongside other things. But sure thing, let's have some better things going on. But anyway, back to what I was saying way too long ago before all that happened. Bones, we were talking about guitar. And yes, I had recorded a video of myself playing the guitar to show Bones, and I was like, okay, this is me after like a week or so of practice. And it was shitty, it was awful, but it worked out in the end. Not me being able to play music in a guitar, God no. But what worked out is that I showed that to Bones and was like, see, this is me thinking I can play music, and it's ludicrously bad, but I was able to do more or less this within a week of playing. So if I can do that within a week, imagine what you can do within the same amount of time. So there you go. And lo and behold, Bones started playing the guitar. He picked up his guitar he bought on a whim, same as I, and played some songs. And now his fingers tingle. But at least your purchase didn't go to waste. You're using it. You're learning a new skill. Which, according to an article I read way too long ago by, I think, David Wong or someone, you need to learn skills constantly. If not learn a new skill, improve upon the ones you already have constantly. And that's the only way you can become a better, quote-unquote better person. It's by improving and expanding the amount of skills you have. Somehow that makes you better, I guess. But not really, there's a science behind that. The fact is that the way the world works, people only approach one another if there's something to be gained out of that approach. There's some people that are very good at approaching, and some people they're not good at approaching. The people who are not good at approaching, the idea is that they should instead focus their efforts into being approachable, by which they mean improve yourself in a way that makes people want to approach you. So this article said, well, go and learn a new language, learn how to cook, do something that makes you useful as a human being, That will make you approachable. That will make you likable. And better person in general. Because you're more useful as a living being. And this other book that I read, the How to Talk to Anybody, said that if you want to be approachable, but you don't know how, you should always wear a what's it. What is a what's it? What's it is anything you carry on your person as a little piece of decor / fashion that raises questions. And the objective of having questions raised is that people will approach you to ask said questions, and through that you have been approached. Once you have been approached, it's much easier to carry on from there, and same thing applies to the opposite, on the other end. If you want to approach somebody but have no idea how to approach that somebody, but they are wearing a what's it, and what's it is the best way to do so. But what could be a good what's it? For women, for the longest time was jewelry, or however you pronounce that. If you see, well, if women saw one another wearing exquisite jewelry, they would approach one another and say, "Ah, that's nice. Where did you get that? What do you normally use with that? Because it goes well with the color of your eyes." Then, bang, they're talking. Nowadays, it's kind of harder for people to simply talk about jewelry, and not everybody is like, I'm gonna walk around with diamonds around my neck. So what else can I do for what's it nowadays? Nowadays you can always wear a t-shirt that shows off your best, something you really care about, like a favorite show, a favorite band, a favorite game. If you have a Game of Thrones t-shirt and you walk around with that on the streets, everybody will know you are aware that Game of Thrones is a thing. If you walk around the streets with a Team Mystic, Valor, Instinct t-shirt, people will instantly recognize you as a Pokemon Go player. And lo and behold, suddenly you are approachable. Whoever wishes to approach you, all they have to do is look at your shirt and be like, so you do like Game of Thrones, you do like Pokemon Go, you do like, I don't know, Powerpuff Girls. But then again, there are people like me who wear very bland clothing, so I'm not good at being approachable. And one of the things that works best for the likes of I is something like buttons, pins, I don't know how you call them. Those little round plastic badges that you pin around in clothes on other fabric articles. If you wear around with backpacks and whatnot, you can always pin a shitload of those little things onto it, and each one showing off a different interest of yours. Like, I like foxes, I support the Women's March, I want to believe in aliens, and that sort of stuff. Use a pin for every one of your interests and walk around with that backpack of yours full of little things, and suddenly you are approachable. That's a what's it. But anyway, Zach, it's sad you think you're gonna wet yourself because of Miley Cyrus. Why? And French toast, is that for RP in your Christian stream? I don't think it was. Who knows? Only lesson learned never mean. Doug will meme harder than you. You see your RP scene. What? Ben, are we being rickrolled? Yes, everything that I said is a lie. You've been rickrolled. Never gonna run around and desert you. We know each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. I think that was back in 2012 and whatnot that I was very into Rickroll for whatever reason. I was listening to it unironically. Like, this is actually a good song, haha. And I was listening to Rickroll all the time. This one specific song from Rickroll all the time. And every now and then I would simply burst out singing the song. So I was talking to someone like, so I heard that the dollar to Brazilian reais conversion rate is going up. So now we're gonna have a little economical boom in about a year or so. And then I would start singing Rickroll. And people would be like, "Are you trolling me, or do you actually mean the economical state of the country is gonna boom, or you're just fucking up with me?" And then I'm like, "Oh no, it is. I'm just singing because the song and the fact I said has nothing to do with one another." But I left a lot of people confused in my wake. So I was doing the bamboozle for quite some time in the past. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Oni, you said damn furries. Bones, you said unironically. And Oni, I'd expect a song from you, Bones. Bones, you were quoting me with, I genuinely like this song. Which reminds me, by the way, you guys have been quoting me, but nobody has been adding quotes to the quote list. Let's add that quote to the quote list. Okay. So, Bones, how does that work again? I have no freaking idea. But when you type in exclamation mark quote, it shows up some quote I uttered randomly through the month. So long as people have added that. But nobody have added any quotes of mine. So that command is gonna be very, very, very blah. So who knows? Anyway, Tiger, it's a good song. I agree. It is a very good song, Tiger. I'm glad you share of my sentiment towards Rick Astley. The poor dude. Because of some random shenanigans, he got no royalties whatsoever from that song. I mean, of course he did back when it released, but nowadays when he when it was widespreadly being used, a lot of people were sharing that song, but he wasn't earning anything from those people listening to him. The poor dude. And Ben, you said that this song isn't bad. It isn't. It's just being mean to death. Sam, you'll be leaving for now. Gotta take some meds. We'll be back in half an hour. Sure thing, Sam. You take care and be a good boy. We'll be here waiting for you to come back if you do ever come back. But do try and come back. We like having you here. And Tails_of_9. Hello there, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? New friend. Possible new friend. What's up with you? My name is Douglas and I'm working on some comic book art for a comic book I illustrate called Call Me Yours.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jonathan Young, and this is the boring part where I explain that I need money to buy pizza so I don't starve to death. Because I can't make videos if I'm dead. So, if you
oh no, what is this? Someone is doing advertisements over at my stream. Why? Why were you guys going and requesting songs with ads on the end? Or rather, not ads, but plugins for other YouTubers and musicians and whatever the fuck.
And you should also check out these other videos that I made.
But anyway, now this sounds like a radio program. Suddenly we interrupt your musical schedule to bring you some delicious ads from our sponsors. Except that they're not our sponsors, they're just other random Joe Schmoes like us around the internet. But that fucks it up. But Bones, cue more ads, please. And also, Tails_of_9. Hello, and thank you so very much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Bones says preferably Domino's Pizza. And also, Grizz, you subwoofed to the channel. A delicious subwoof of yours. Thank you so very much. And congratulations on becoming one of the subwoof boys. I really appreciate it. And also congratulations, now you can use them exclusive emotes. That emotes nobody else can use because they're not subwoofer boys. Thumbs up to you, Chris. And thank you so very much. And yeah, Oni, you're right. Bones has been slaying. Apparently he can take very lengthy abuse through his fingers, but not through his online what do we even call this? Is incarnation in this stream as a boss. Cannot take that kind of abuse, and he has been slain. He has been put down. So that happened. Agrees to say, please don't slay you. Well, that's good and that's bad. Because truly, if people were to not deal any damage to you, that would mean that I'm stagnant as a channel. So nothing new would be happening to deal damage to you. So no new followers, no new subscriptions, no new anything. So, ugh. So either you get to live, or I get to thrive. So it's a tough call, but it's in everybody's hand. Bone says that you can't run away from the pain. Not only the pain is real, the salt is real, everything is real. Most things are real. You know what else is real, Oni? My dick is real. But you know what isn't real? Do you want to know what is not real? Because there is one thing that is not real. What song is this? Oh, what delicious song is this? Cradle Waltz Demo. I don't know what this is, but I like it, Oni. I don't know what this is, where it is from, but I like it. And also, Zach, you gotta go now. It's getting late. More cooking in classes tomorrow. You swear our professor is pushing us hard and getting free food? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe they went through it back in their cooking class days, or gastronomy class. I don't even know. But anyway, back in their days, they probably suffered some abuse, and now they're reviving they're keeping the loop alive by doing the same to you guys. But anyway, I'll be seeing you later, Zach. Thank you so very much for stopping by the stream, and I hope to see you later. Stay awesome, dude. So, not only you get to become a subwoofer and be able to use emotes now, Grizz, you will get to partake. Okay, this is right. You will get to partake in an ad-free viewing experience of my stream, or no ads will plague you anymore. Alongside other small little bonuses that I'm still trying to come up and think about. One such bonus that will be implemented next week is that only subwoofers will be able to request songs. So do try to wrap your hands around that. Ah, the song is over. And Grizz, you sacrifice yourself, just don't kill you so quickly. Nobody's gonna kill you, Grizz. You're too precious a boy to be killed. Instead of being killed / slain, you have much more value being harvested. I mean, I don't even know what would harvest out of you. Probably your bones, your blood, maybe some stem cells. I don't know. But slaying just for slaying isn't useful anymore. We need to find a use for said slaying, and that would be harvesting. But nonetheless, hello, the astronaut. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the follow. New friend, how are you doing today in this, what day is today? Tuesday, in this lovely Tuesday. For the first time in this week, the sun has shown up. So today is the first day I'm seeing the sun this week. Grease, that just sounds weird. You'd rather be revived as a hero after you are defeated. That works true. I feel. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm done. I did the line art for this page here. Page number 9. Now let's do the line art for page 10. There's like 3 pictures. So this is gonna be easy. And then we're gonna go back and doing the line art for page 11. Parts of the line art, by the way. Not the entire thing. So, page number 10. The 10th page in my new comic. Which will give you headaches if you stop and try to think about it. Because this is the 10th page I've done for this comic. But that's not the 10th page I've done in my life. If you consider the previous issues as well, there was, I feel there was something like 19 pages in Call Me Daddy and 18 in Call Me Father. So there's a grand total of 37 pages, plus these new 10 pages here, so that's 47 pages so far into this whole saga with Nathan. But if you also count the 275 pages of The Golden Week, holy shit, we're talking a lot of pages. Frames. Okay, now I have frames. Now in the layer for line art, I need to make the sketch layer 25% opaque, and now I can get to line arting. And the astronaut, hi, loving the art and the music. Why, thank you. Thank you so very much. The music is a courtesy of the good boys of the channel. They are the ones requesting songs. If it shows down there that it has been requested by me, it's a lie. It's because I'm playing a playlist that was prepared beforehand by Oni, one of the original good boys. But also, welcome, I hope you have fun in here. How are you doing today? In this, hopefully, Tuesday, sunny Tuesday. Morning or afternoon or evening or none of the above. Maybe you're living in another period of existence that our conventional methods cannot convey. And that old guitar talk we were doing before, it had me thinking a while ago. Some of you guys have suggested that I play Rocksmith here on the stream one of these days. But after doing that little fiasco of yesterday, I don't think I will ever play guitar here on the stream. Not that I'm ashamed of my guitar skills or anything. I mean, they are awful, and I know that. But I won't do that because there's always the chance that somebody will be like, holy shit, why are you doing... Why do you want to hurt us so much? Why are you forcing us to endure this sort of pain? And in short, I don't think anybody will enjoy having their ears being bled due to my awful guitar playing skills. I mean, unless I do some sound mixing that really muffles a lot of the guitar, that's so you guys get to hear more of the game actual music than my playing skills, because my playing skills are gonna be you know, in Guitar Hero, when you miss any note and it makes kind of a mechanical clunk sound, that's how I sound when I play. I make some mistakes that I make mistakes so hard, but so very hard when playing, that it makes them sound that you can't possibly imagine how an electric guitar produce such a sound. So I don't want to force you guys to endure that sort of punishment, so I'm not gonna ever stream guitar here for you guys, unless of course the comical value of me sucking at guitar outweighs the physical punishment you guys would go through listening to me suck at guitar. But anyway, Bones say, haha, you would what, Bones? As a good boy, you need to talk shit. Wow, you're doing a very lousy job of doing that then, because I can't see any of the shit you're talking. And why are all of you guys saying the knee? What happened? What happened? Now I am bamboozled. I'm confused because I don't know what's going on. Oh yes, there's another thing I remember. By the way, that oh yes might have scared some of you. There's another thing I remember that I wanted to do as well. Back when I started streaming, I used to have an open microphone chat for everybody. So there was the Discord channel and it was open, and anybody could enter the Discord and we could talk live here on the stream, like about literally anything. As I was working on illustrations, but I always turned off the microphone when I was playing games because I don't know, I guess it would feel weird. But the thing I'm thinking of doing and bringing back is that the microphone chat, the open mic for everybody who wants to join. So for example, in the future, if I'm doing some sort of whatever stream and you wanna join in and partake in the conversation, I'll leave that enabled. and if that enabled. However, the thing I'm thinking is that I'm gonna make that exclusive to some specific events, not all the time, just sometimes here and there, depending on what I'm doing or how I'm feeling. But I'm also I'm gonna only make that for the subwoofers. There's gonna be a subwoofer exclusive chat, but not only subwoofers, but also for patrons as well. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to enable that channel for patrons so they can get into it. I think it's not that hard, because whenever someone subscribes on Patreon and if they have a Discord account attached to their if they have a Discord account attached to their Patreon account, they instantly get brought to the channel, and it synchronizes that, so they're able to sync up very well. Sure. And I feel like in Discord itself I can simply make the voice room exclusive to certain roles. So that's how I would go about doing that. So that's the thing I have a mind of doing. Bringing back the voice chat rooms for some streams, but making it exclusive also for the subwoofers and the Patreon woofers. And Oni, you say, Douglas, that's a full song playlist, so it's a playlist within a playlist. What do you mean, Oni? I don't even know what you mean. The Tetsuro Yamashita for you, it's the full album playing. Really? It's not a single song, it's an entire album of songs. Let me check that, if that's true. Oh no, Oni. Oh no, you did request a 35 minutes of the song, why? I mean, you put it up in the playlist, so I guess that's fair. No, we're not gonna listen to that. How do we remove that? Remove. There we go. I mean, there's merit to that. I'm gonna leave that in the playlist. I mean, I can't delete it from your playlist, but I'm taking it out of this playlist here. We're not never gonna see that again. Anyway, Kaze say yes, 40 grumps. And Ben, you say you would still hiding chat. Why? And Tiger, on your Discord, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I don't think, I don't think it would be hard either. There's only the problem of what's it called? Of letting people know that, because for here on Twitch, it's easier to convey certain things, but on Patreon, not everybody who is on Patreon is aware of how Twitch works or what even Twitch is. So I feel like those people would be very, very confused with the whole workings of this. So I would need to go out, explain on Patreon what is Discord, what is Twitch, and what do they need to do to make sure everything's synced up and ready to go. That's so then when if ever comes a day when I'm like, ah, okay, now today is the day for the voice chat, then people can simply join in and whatnot. But that's good, because those of you who are, but I want to make sure that that works for patrons. That so people who are currently my patrons, they don't need to subscribe again to me, but on Twitch, to get the full benefit of it. You don't need to be a Twitch subwoofer to enjoy that. You can also be a patron. So when I also want to see on the Good Boy bot if I can configure somehow for patrons as well to be able to request songs. But I don't think the Good Boy bot has some sort of automatic configuration at all. So for the Good Boy bot, I will need to possibly manually do that. The patrons will have to go talk to me through a private message and say, hello there. This is my Twitch username, and then I have to come in here and manually allow the Twitch username to request songs. I don't know how it's gonna work, but there's a lot of things going on. Oni, Discord makes you D hard. Why? Why would you do such a thing? And also, congratulations, Ben, you have 200 Good Boy pounds. Where's that song? There is one song I'm gonna request. It's somewhere. All I have to do is go find it. What was it called? This is it. I hope this is it. If that's not it, then there's also this one. If neither of that is it, then have this last one thing. As soon as I find it, of course, because as it happens, finding up these songs here it's kind of crazy. It's harder than you would expect. Anyway, Kaze, you say that it makes your personality rock. And only you said that it instead makes you moist. Use that sexy shepo tone. What sexy shepo tone? I don't know what you're talking about, Oni. Or do you mean I have to lower my voice a little bit, talk a little bit more gravely and closer to the microphone in a kind of soft but deep manner? It makes my voice slightly different, but not different at all. Is that what you mean, Oni? Is that what you mean by sexy shepo tone? Because I don't think that this is it at all. There is a possibility that this is it, but I don't think it is. In fact, I think I might be completely mistaken on what do you mean and what you expected me to go and do. However, I am a canine that likes to do good by others. And by do good, I mean I don't like to leave you guys hanging when you go and ask me to do something. Of course, considering that it's a doable thing and a thing that is not too bad, and anything that I can do comfortably, then I am more than glad to stop whatever it is that I am doing and go and do that for you. Because why not? You guys are good boys, and good boys deserve good things. And even if you are not a good boy, you probably were once in your life. And I believe that if you were once a good boy, all you need is a little love, a little care, and then you will remember what it's like to be a good boy, and then you will want to go back to being a good boy. So I make that my objective in life, to help other good boys find out about good things and make sure that the good boys aren't lost in the not good boy ways. Is that what you mean, Oni? There's a possibility that it isn't. But nonetheless, whatever it is, since I find it hard for you to explain that into words that I can understand, because everybody knows I suck at English. And I don't really know how you get to make me understand what you mean to say. But anyway, you said moist and you can't stop sweating. Well, Oni, it seems like you have a bad ventilation problem. So maybe go and get a fan or something to chill off the air a little bit. Which reminds me that, speaking of moisture, as I've explained before, I've moved down here to this new state, this new city, to live with my boyfriend, and it has been awesome. Pretty good. Except that the city is like less than 100 meters above the sea level, if that. It's pretty much like, I think this entire city is at sea level, which means it's humid as fuck. It's extremely moist in here. And what that means, in short, is that nothing is ever dry in this freaking city. So other things that I used to take for granted, like, oh, okay, it's cold, but it's also dry, so there's that. That doesn't apply here. The city is extremely humid and moist. And I noticed that every single day when I go down to the mailbox, on the mailbox thing to get my mail, well, not my mail, but whenever I go there to get mail, it's extremely damp in the mailbox, and my correspondence is never dry. It's always has this moist or damp quality to it. It's disgusting, and I wonder how in the world is that even allowed to exist? How? Why Why do I have to suffer this? It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. And Ben, you say that Doug is always wet. Pretty much, yeah. Ever since I came to the city, it's that. And then you said that nothing is ever dry. Pretty much. Spy Games, you ask. What city are you from? Originally, let me drink a little water that so I can moisturize my mouth to get to talking. Glug glug. I've drunk water. Anyway, I was born in a city in the state of São Paulo, a city called Mogi das Cruzes. It's pretty close to the city, but it's more like a little bit to the east. If you are in, what's it called again? If you're in São Paulo, the capital, you go east, you go through several cities. You go through Poa, Itaquaquecetuba, or the reverse. I don't know which comes first. I think Itaquaquecetuba comes first, then comes Poa rather. And then comes Suzano, which is that city. I don't know if any of you have ever been to São Paulo, but it's the city where that big paper manufacturer thing is. There's a brand of paper called Suzano here in Brazil. And that's where their factory is. So if you ever go there, it smells like burnt paper to high heaven. But anyway, you pass through that city and through others and you'll reach Mogi das Cruzes. That's the city where I was born in. I never lived there, but my grandparents did live there. But I grew up in São Paulo, the capital. And then, up until a few years ago, back in 2015, I moved here to Porto Alegre, in the state of Rio Grande do Sul, which is as far south as you, well, not as far south. State-wise is the southernmost state in Brazil. City-wise it's not, but it's pretty dang close to the south. In fact, it's the southernmost capital of this country, of Brazil. Very close to Argentina, in fact. Anyway, that's where I live. Have been living for the past several years. Also, I thought this was the Me Shop channel music, but I guess I was mistaken. I requested it, but it isn't the song I was expecting to hear. But it's kind of just as good as. And only does that mean you don't need loop for all the good boys? Perhaps, I don't know. It's well, it's damp, it's moist, it's extremely humid. And I hate it. I really hate it. Because it has been cold. So that by default is bad. There hasn't been a whole lot of sun. But I did wash some clothes a while ago. and I left them to dry in the laundry. I hang them up in those little wires to hang out around all over the place to dry up the clothes. And 3 days later, it was still humid. It was still moist. I was like, holy shit! How is this not yet dry? How in the world? And the only explanation is because this city is extremely damp. So I decided, you know what, maybe the fault is not with the fault is with all this wetness in the air. And I had no idea that was going nowhere. I just wanted to complain about it. Because it feels good to complain about things every now and then. I try to be a good boy and not complain about things, but sometimes some things are just fucking annoying and you have to let it go and do a quick fire, shoot complaints at it, and then be free to feel other feelings in your deep down in your chest and be free of the weight of that bad thing which was happening to you until then. And there we go, there we have it. We're done with the lineup for this page, and it's just Nathan for now. There's gonna be backgrounds like I said before, but I'm not gonna be doing them now. I'm gonna be doing them later. I have the time for that. Now let's get to doing the lineup for this page. This page has a lot more going on, and we have Wallace, grown-up Wallace, so we have to make that work. And Oni says, Doug, stop the memes. These are not memes. I like these songs. They're good. I feel like I'm one of the few people who like those kind of elevator songs. And Leo says, Doggo. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? In this Thursday that we're having so far. And Kaze, right? You're gonna go eat lunch. Isn't it too late for lunch over there? Or why not? I mean, maybe, I don't know. But sure thing, Kaze, you have an awesome lunch and I hope you have fun with it. Your lunch. Leo, you're doing half crazy. Why is that? Why are you half crazy, Leo? You should not be half crazy. You shouldn't even be. Shouldn't be crazy, not even in the slightest. There's something happening. Oh shucks. Didn't mean to do that, and I still need to divide this whole panels here and there. And several sketches in here which I will not be using. I should be mindful of them. By the way, I have no earthly idea who it is that makes the art for the comic book series Fables, because they change artists like crazy in that bitch. So I don't know who it is that makes the art, but whoever they are amazing at doing backgrounds and characters as well. But those backgrounds of them, holy dang. are delicious, delicious little backgrounds. They do. It always feels right. It always feels like it works. Never feel like off-centered, off proportion, or it doesn't feel off. It feels amazing. See, so if you ever want to learn a little bit more about backgrounds, go check out the people who go check out the Comic Fables and whoever made the illustrations for those comics, because those people know what the fuck is up. They do know that. And Leo, true Cubs. Enough said. Yeah, I'd imagine having true young children would be kinda crazy. And Tiger, you say they are really good backgrounds. Oh yes, they are. And I might use them for reference because they are amazing at doing not only like city backgrounds with buildings and whatnot, but they are also good at making farmland backgrounds with like open fields full of grass and things here and there. And now you say you said shuffle playlist for best experience. Well, did you? I didn't hear that. But what'd you look at that? I thought there wasn't a shuffle button, but what do you know? There is a shuffle button. But apparently the shuffle button is like, it actually shuffles everything, and after you do that you can't unshuffle it. It's kind of like a... It's almost like it's not a digital music player, it's like a physical player. Like, look at all these cassettes, let's shuffle them. Okay, now fuck, I can't. It's gonna take forever to unshuffle them because we're gonna have to do them manually, so might as well leave it shuffled. Or shuffle it again. Who knows, maybe we'll get a better order this time. Oh, good boy bot. I am still kind of unclear on who made you, because little do you know, Good Boy Bot is actually made by a company, made by someone. They made the what's it called? The platform at which through which the Good Boy Bot is playing his songs. By which the Good Boy Bot works in general. Somebody else made it, and the way they made it so crazy. But we keep calling him the Good Boy Bot, but it's not even his fault. The Good Boy Bot is just a name for an intangible piece of machinery and digital code that is running and doing things according to certain commands, and sometimes it can't capture commands because of these or that, but we've taken a liking to call him the Good Boy Bot. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's not perfect and full of... When I say full, I don't mean like full and like bursting full, but I mean 100% full of flaws. Extremely flawed program, but good nonetheless. Poor Good Boy Bot. We abuse him so much. The poor thing. Anyway, Oni, you said you thought you were using the YouTube app. Oh, in fact, no. I imported the playlist through the Good Boy Bot, so it's playing through him, and by doing so, I put it to him, and through doing so, if anybody else requests a song, I don't have to manually stop the song to let the other person's song go. Everybody, we can still play your songs, and if somebody requests the song, it just gets trolls into the queue. That's how this works. But anyway, how are you guys holding up today so far? We've been streaming for 3 hours? Almost. And I wonder, how are you guys doing? How are you guys holding up? Or if you guys would rather not answer to us to how you were doing, and do let me know what are your plans for the rest of the day, because eventually I'm gonna go and say bye bye, because fuck me, I left the food outside the fridge. I made food yesterday, but I forgot to put it back in the fridge when I went to bed, so now it has been sitting over at the stove since yesterday, so we need to eat that now immediately, so it'll go bad if he hasn't already. Anyway, I'm gonna go get that food, make some more food, and have lunch. That's what I'm gonna do when this stream is over, which is gonna be in about an hour. As for you, the rest of all you lovely Pepperinos and Pipettes, good boys, I don't know what you're gonna do with your lives. So I wonder, what are you gonna be doing? What are your plans for the rest of the day? And I want to know, what do you guys normally do? Except for you, Bones, I know that your plans are gonna involve some form of working. You're the one with the most predictable work schedule ever. Or not really, because apparently, as it happens, you can end up working on the weekend, so I don't even know what kind of life you are leading, but it certainly does not seem like a healthy life. Or it is, maybe I don't know. And maybe you should go and enlighten me on what sort of life do you lead. Who knows? So many options, so many choices. And Ben, you got your second cup of coffee, so you're super happy, which is better than regular happy. And I'm glad for you, Ben. I haven't had coffee yet, and I don't think I will. Because, as you guys will know, the coffee is diuretic. It makes you wanna pee really badly. Because what it does, for some reason, it kind of dries you up from the inside out. Or it doesn't really dry you. It kind of tries to empty your bladder and whatnot. So, drinking coffee will either make you want to shit very badly or want to pee very badly, or both. It's gonna make you want to go to the bathroom. And normally in the mornings I normally have a cup of coffee if I don't have two. And having 2 cups of coffee in the morning is not very good. I mean, it is good, I love it, but not very good if I'm planning to streaming for 4 hours straight. Because I take those 2 cups of coffee and then when it's nearing like 11 in the morning, I'm like, oh no. I am shaking my chair, kind of like, oh, I wanna go, but I can't go, but I wanna go. Oh, what did I do? That's crazy. Anyway, also hello Marcus, Moin Moin, Doug, and Sha. Welcome Marcus, how are you doing today, buddy? How your morning so far? Actually, your afternoon so far. How is it? How are you doing? How are you holding up? Anyway, that's why I didn't have coffee today. Normally I have coffee every single day, but today I decided to not go for that delicious coffee. And also because today I woke up super late. We went to bed like 1 in the morning last night, and I woke up today 8:30. Got ready to stream at 9. It's not a nice way of doing things, mind you. And only your sorry boys for destroying the music temporarily. You seppuku yourself. Why? What happened? Ben, you said no more coffee for Doug. I can have coffee. It's just that having coffee during the stream sometimes makes me go to the bathroom really bad, and I do a very lousy job of focusing on the stream. Or if I don't go to the bathroom, or I have to take a break and go to the bathroom. That kind of breaks a little bit the flow of things. And I mean, theoretically we should respect our bodies and go to the bathroom when you ask us to go, and don't keep delaying it. But I don't want to be like, oh, okay, so now we're drawing this little thing here and there. But you know what? Let's take a half an hour break while I go take a huge dump. Hope you guys don't mind. I don't want to do that on the stream and go stay away for like half an hour or however much time it is. If I'm gonna do that, I'd rather just stop the stream. That's so you guys don't have to hang around, so you can go do whatever. Hence why I stopped the stream to go have lunch. I don't be like, okay, I'll be back in an hour while I have lunch, and then I go have lunch and then I come back. I mean, I don't actually come back, because then I decide to just work on the things outside of this stream. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. I need to explain it that deeply and that thoroughly. Only 1 cup of coffee neutralizes your grumble side. If you don't eat, your spicy loud side comes out. What? Marcus, say good and yourself, and well spoken de moin moin. Low German for good day, good morning, and good evening. Really? I thought that was a meme. Apparently it isn't. Apparently it's actually German. Hooray, I know German now. Look at that. Leo, you said your morning coffee makes you wanna cry and throw a tantrum. There's only one thing you can do to minimize the damage. Drink water before drinking your coffee. Your body is dehydrated after fasting all night, and coffee is a diuretic. True, yes, generally it is good to drink water after coffee. Symptoms of consuming too much caffeine. Whether or not caffeine overdose is diagnosed can include breathing trouble, changes in alertness or feeling wired, confusion, diarrhea, vomiting or digestive issues, dizziness and fainting, fever, hallucinations, and increased thirst. So you guys you heard it here first. Coffee is actually bad for you. It's killing you slowly if you drink too much and don't hydrate yourself with water. Marcus will say, oh, nice new emotes. Oh yeah, I changed all the emotes to make them look more fancy and more better, and I really went out with them, making that big chapeau mustache I have even bigger. So it's looking good now. It's easier to visualize that minuscule size it shows up. And also, Oni, you give him a BAP, which does 1 damage. with 1 bit. Well, thank you for the 1 bit, Oni. And I'm sorry, Grace, you got 1 bit into the face. Marcus, I guess it is hard to draw an emote in this size that looks clear and good. Oh yes, it is. Because actually you draw the emote like 500 pixels and then you reduce it to 112 pixels. But the size that shows up in the chat and everybody else is like 28 pixels. So it's ridiculously small. Leo totally gave up coffee about 6 years. Oh yeah, I mean, I have coffee mostly because it's there, not because I enjoy it so much nowadays. I have coffee because it's there and it's interesting. Marcus, the new emote's looking good. Well done. Why, thank you. I wanted to look into other people's emotes and into other people's emotes and whatnot for references, but I couldn't find their emotes at all, so I kinda winged it. I think it looks good-ish. Only your favorite song, Fetish Pio. That's honestly your #1 song. It's hashtag Super Spike Your Music. Spaisu. Well, I'm glad you like it. Currently I am liking it too. Anyway, Leo, you said you are a CAA for over 5 years now. And only since it has lewd lyrics. I haven't heard them. I'm not hearing the lyrics of these songs. And Marcus, this daddy dog looks cool. Hope to see him more. Oh yeah, he's the newest character in this comic, and he's gonna be a recurring character for the next few pages. We will be seeing more of him nonetheless. And Noni, you said to look up the lyrics. I'll do that eventually. If I remember it, even. And... Leo, you agree. True, fusy-faced, huge Dado Doggo is hot. Well, I'm glad you agree. And Marcus, maybe he got a story, who knows? Maybe he's got a third leg, says Leo. Well, nonetheless, we'll get to see this more and more of this character throughout the next few pages, which is a nice opportunity to get to talking about that. Those of you who are following me here on this platform which we call Twitch, these pages, this comic, there are several pages here. They're coming out for free in about a couple of months ish, if not more. I feel like these pages will be coming out like in 3 months at least, so these pages will take a while to get out. But if you wanna take a look at these pages faster, or earlier rather, you can go over at Patreon. There's a link down below for my Patreon, where you can go and support me. By supporting me on Patreon, you get early access to these comic pages here, so you can see what is up before it goes a couple of months before. I think a couple of months before it goes up live for free, or 1 month and a half. Anyway, you get to see it much earlier, and you also get to support me and make my dream of living off art come true. So those of you who are financially stable enough to support me and want to read this comic, make sure to visit my Patreon. Those of you, however, who cannot financially support me, you also don't have to worry. This comic is coming out for free, so you will be able to read it, except that it will take some more time. But if you don't mind waiting in some extra several weeks for the content, then sure. Leo, you said Brad's got a third leg. Does he? Yes, he does, doesn't he? But anyway, how have you been, Marcus? It's been... Whenever we get to hear from you, we don't get to hear from you for long. So I wonder, how have you been doing? How's things going so far with you? And not only that, but with you too, Leo, you said you're going crazy with your kids. But... So that means the whole situation with you and your wife is resolved now? Or is it? I hope it is. Marcus, so if you want to see him smile, spend all your money you don't need anymore. Sell out Mojo's up. Oh, more or less, yeah. Only you got another not safe for work request. Request as in someone wants you to go and do a drawing for free. Because if it's for free, just outright say no. Fuck those people who want drawings for free. I mean, unless you personally know these people and like them enough to go make them a drawing, sure, it's your prerogative. But if you have no idea who they are, affect them. Just say no. I mean, don't just say no, but do say no. Nonetheless. Tiger, not from the same guy, I hope. Leo, you are so far behind in just about everything that you are yet to even start. Trying to catch up if you get a fixed / second-hand laptop. Oh yeah. Possibly it will take some time before things resolve themselves, but I hope that in that time, you still find ways to enjoy yourself. In general, have a good time. And no, sadly, Little is settled with your ex-wife. Oh man, sorry to hear so, Leo. Also, only you said no, it was the one you did of the cream-colored bear. I have no idea what that one was. But still, if they don't want to give you money for your art, then don't take it. Or at least don't make it a priority. If you do end up taking it. And Marcus, I told you once, it was just one time I did that. What? That one. And Leo, things are just as messed up between you guys as ever. Said that she wasn't able to stop you from having time sharing. So tons of stuff still have to be heard in family court. Oh, it does sound like an awful time, nonetheless. Oh, but still, your situation has improved a little. The situation you were in a couple of months ago. There's that. And in general, you seem to have been a very good sport about it. Despite everything you have always been kind of always shown up in high spirits whenever we see you, so I would hope that it means that you're taking everything well. But anyway, only you say that you're honest. This is a friend. The last one was a friend since he pulled that stunt. He wants to be a Boof, Bernard, and a bear. And was not a friend since he pulled that stunt. Oh, I see. And Leo, you said start asking for a part to even start rough and half before showing the finish line work or anything like that. Yeah, just charge in general. Don't do stuff for free. But in any case, do what Marcus said and give me all of your monies, or at least as much of it as you can, so I can become a rich doggo. And by rich doggo, I mean a doggo who can afford lots and lots and lots of doggy toys. I have been promised would get a Chewy toy, but I never got one. So that makes me kinda slightly sad. But no worries, I will still get my Chewy toy. But alas, we'll have to go and buy one myself. But to do that, the dog needs money. But anyway, with this whole comic book art streams I've been doing, I'm pondering and wondering about tomorrow, if tomorrow will be as well another art stream like this, where I keep doing art comic stuff, because like it or not, I'd like to do as much work into this as I can, like I said before. But I also have not played a single game this week yet still. The week is almost over and I have not played any games, either on or off stream. I mean, I did go and open a game here for a little while, but I didn't get to play it very much. Thing is, I have not played games. And the other day I saw this streamer playing Jackbox Party Collection something. Apparently from the people who made You Don't Know Jack. They made these other party games and put it in a collection, and it's a fun game. And the best thing about that game, from what I have seen, is that you can play online with other people. It's kind of a little... It is kind of a TV show, game show kind of stuff, with questions, answers, and stuff and whatnot. But we can always. But the idea is that every one of you can join. You guys over there at your houses, you don't need to be here physically with me, and you don't need to own the game. There's this site on the internet which you can enter. Then you throw in the room code, and then we all can play together. And the more people, the merrier. So I've been thinking about doing that. So maybe tomorrow I'll go do comic book art for like a couple of hours. And then in the last final 2 hours we get to play that. Because even then I don't think we can endure 2 entire hours of game shows. Especially if we manage to fill up a party of several people. But anyway, I feel like that would be fun, and I kind of want to do that. But anyway, Leo asks Doggo, your partner isn't your Chewy toy, or are you his? Neither really. I mean, he's very squeamish about being bitten, and he doesn't like biting me as much. So the biting doesn't work. No one else's chewing toy. So I need another chewing toy. But it's mostly because I have anxiety. Very small form of anxiety, but I do have anxiety, which means that whenever I'm doing anything, I am chewing my nails. Well, alongside other very bad implications, but The most immediate one is that I am constantly chewing up my nails, and that happens. And one way of avoiding that is for me to find something else with which to occupy my mouth. Please don't take that out of context. By which I mean randomly decide to go and do I don't know, have a chewing toy and chew on it daily. Or keep chewing up my nails, one or the other. Tiger, yeah, Leo has a good point. That's a fair thing for the work you are doing, Oni. And also, yeah, you've seen others play it, yes. Oni, roast your doodle from last night. What doodle? I haven't seen it. Leo, you love beast guys with big teeth slash tusks. And also, hey Sam, welcome back. How are you doing today? Also, look at that, Marcus is here. He welcomed you back. And Leo says he likes to be chewed and poked, though, so does your guy. Guess that we'll just have to take turns. And totally, you did take that out of context, like the instant that you said not chew. Well, I imagine that would happen, and I, like it or not, I set myself up for that kind of situation. But anyway, I need to stop chewing up my nails for many reasons. And the only way I do have of not doing that is by chewing my lips instead. Like biting my lips, and every now and then they get kind of bloody and stuff. And I don't even know how I still have a mouth, a functioning lips and such. So I need a chewing toy. And since nobody's gonna go and buy one for me, I need to go buy one for myself. So hence why your guys' support, donations and money is, well, it's coming well in handy for me to buy chewing toys and such. Sam, you are still super bad. You actually fell from your bed. Oh no. Were you sleeping or something else? What happened that made you fall off your bed, Sam? And also, didn't show notification nowhere, so I feel like this was more or less of an auto host, but still, Incognito Molly is hosting us. Hello there, Molly, if you are there. Welcome to the stream, you and yours. What's up? How are you doing? And how was your stream? Yep. There it goes. That big underbite. I mean, underbites only kind of look good in dogs. Because imagine if Wallace was an actual person, like a human being, how odd and awful his underbite would look. It would not look good at all. It would look extremely bad. Extremely bad and extremely out of place. But fortunately, he's not a human. He's a doggo. So You don't have to worry about his underbite. Sam, taking injections to the arm hurts. Oni, you sent me a drawing, a link to a drawing. Is that? What's up with that? Marcus, give this boy a bone to chew. Yes, please, give me a bone to chew. Only this good boy wants to feel the roast. You got a bone to chew with. Leo, what is a dog if he doesn't have a bone? Pretty much, yeah. And Ben, you got enough bone to share with everyone. Alright, Ben. Leo, you said, have you ever seen a redneck with an underbite and gold or silver teeth? It's scary, truly. I have not. It might surprise you, but I didn't do a whole lot of research into this before going in. I simply decided, it'll work out in the end. And here I am. Doing an illustration. But yes, I think that tomorrow, just to break off this awful, I mean, very productive, but awful thing of doing comic book art daily, every day, every hour. I'm gonna be doing some comic book art. But after 2 hours I will switch up to the Jackbox Party Collection Bonanza shenanigans. And then we can play some games. Me, you and everybody else. Tomorrow. And like I said, the fun thing about the Jackbox Party Collection shenanigans stuff is that everybody can play together, and you guys don't even need to be here, and you don't need to have a phone. I mean, you don't need to have the game. You can play it either on your phones or on your computer, so you can open up 2 tabs, one to watch the stream, another tab to play the game. So, in short, what I mean to say is that everybody can play along. The first, however many people join in, will be able to get on with it and play with us. And everybody else who joins afterward will be a part of the audience, which will be like 2 people, if any. And I feel like it's gonna be fun. It might be extremely not fun, but I feel like it might be fun. But might as well go and try that out. Let's see how it goes. I feel like there's some potential there. And that's gonna be a very nice way also to try out that new other thing I said, to give patrons and subwoofers the ability to join in on the voice chat through Discord. To make a patron and subwoofer channel for voice chatting, and they will be able to join in and partake in the conversation with the game. Anyway, Leo said Doggo leaped before he looks. Not wise, Doggo. Doggo is a bit fragile, no? What do you mean? What do you mean, Leo? Marcus says, OMG, he looks so cool, he needs his own story. Please, Doug, make it possible. Had a lot to tell this big dead doggo. Oh, Marcus, if you want this guy here to have a story, I feel like you're gonna be pleasantly surprised in the future. I think. And Sam, what game are you talking about? Jackbox Party something. It's a party game, like kind of a game show, where everybody is kind of a contestant and stuff. And we can play it, and the idea is that it's gonna be fun. And you guys over there at home can play as well. So you don't need to have the game, all you need is a phone or a computer, and then you can join in and play with us, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. After a little while of streaming comics. Also, hello Nathan, welcome to the stream, to the end of the stream. How are you doing today? How was your day so far? Leo, you said and most, hopefully a lot to take too. Ish our tiger boy going to hunt. Some of these fell down for reasons. Oops, what? What are we even talking about, Leo? What language is that? Marcus said delete the shirt and let him show chest hair. Looks way cooler and would fit to this. You mean the shirt under the shirt? I don't know what it is called. But no, I cannot do that. Can't do that, Marcus. Just like some pages ago, I don't remember which pages, but some pages ago I did them off the stream because they had lewd content. They were pretty naughty pages, so I could not work on them on the stream. And if I were to make these pages with Wallace, the big underbite doggo, if I were to make these pages the way you're requesting, I don't think they would fit to be on the stream. Or maybe they would, who knows. But still. But don't worry, if and when I end up to drawing this guy here without shirts and without most clothing, I won't be drawing it on the stream, but it will be but you will be able to see it nonetheless in my pages. Either it'll come in a comic book format, or it'll be an extra or another something, and that will show up in the page. That will show up eventually in some of my galleries. You can go over there and check it out. America says no, but you were thinking of it. And Leo said, please, furry wall of dog front. What? Leo said, we're shirtless content and pantless content too. And no shirt on, but the shirt under the shirt off, and just chest hair, you know. Oh, I see. I see now what you mean. But No new things, just that it fits to the character. Kinda yes, but also kinda no. I have a reference picture here, let me show you guys in just a second. And also, Nathan, your day was okay, you just got back home, there's rain here. No, rainy days are good days every now and then. Hopefully it's not raining too much. Oh no. Jesus, I don't know, don't spin around on me, canvas. It's the last thing I need you to do. So I have a reference open up here, let me go and show it to you guys. I'm back. So here it's possibly very hard to see, let me crank up the opacity. These are the guys I use for reference to draw Wallace. What I really wanted was these suspenders. The suspenders for the character, kind of a round belly look. A flannel shirt as well, gonna take that with me for the design of that character. The dress pants as well, it's not exactly jeans, it is jeans, but it isn't jeans per se. And this beard, look how his mustache here has a mustache that kind of goes up. It has this sort of mustache, but it also has a very full beard. So that's the kind of look I went in for a while there. But as you can see, they have a shirt underneath. They have this flannel shirt, but they have another shirt underneath. So I decided to go with this visual, and that's why he has a shirt underneath. So when you say that it fits the character, it does, but it doesn't. This is what fits the character truly, because it's a style I went for. And Marcus, but this is just your opinion, the artist's choice for sure, and you respect that. Leo, a bit of rain here equals a steam bath. Nathan makes some nice models, but you can't show them because it's in work. Oh, so you're working under an NDA. But how are you liking it? Are you enjoying this new work of yours? Or is it kinda... I mean, these new models, these new things you're working on, do you enjoy them? Are they fun to work on, or it's more just industry standard work and that doesn't feel too nice to work on, but it's what you have going on? I hope you are enjoying working with that, whatever it is you're working. Actually, I feel like there was the thief. And Leo, it said bears. Marcus says beers. Sure, take one. Only time for Doug's roast hour. Roast hour? What do you mean, Oni? Leo, gotta try and control all that fuss. And Sam, we only have 20 more minutes left. Yes, the end time is approaching. Ow. It is approaching fast and steadily. It's just Doddle Sam. Let's see, well then, time for the roast. What are you even talking about? What roasting are you talking about, you guys? I didn't roast anything. And Nathan, you do not know much about this work. You work 10 days right now, but they let you do a nice orc route and little dragon things, and they pay you for that, so you're happy. Oh, that sounds nice. I mean, it's definitely more original than whatever it is that people are making now and then. Spite Roast says Leo, no. Only sent on Telegram. Let me check that out. Yes, you sent a drawing. What about it, Oni? What about the drawing you sent? It was your late night doodles. Well, they look fine to me. There's some things here and there that I'm about it, but I like them in general. Ben sprays with his preet spot. And only said that. Leo said, "Gal, not how you'd like to get all icky and sticky." And only roasted on live stream. You're drawing. I mean, it's not bad. I do have some critique to give you, sure, but it's not bad. I might as well, I guess. Only 15 minutes left. Let's give this a quote-unquote roast, if you will. That's what we can do about the rest. So only there's this drawing of yours. Let me size this up. Let me start up with some deliberations. And Ben, you gotta go. Shooting Ben. I'll see you later. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you had an awesome time here on the stream. Take care, buddy. So, Oni, first and foremost, also the preview is open on the comic. Bleh. Maybe we can open a preview for this one. True. That would be nice. Oh yeah, we kinda preview there more or less. Okay, first and foremost, why do you insist on changing the color for the outlines? I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't see the purpose. Secondly, I have told you about this before, so it was not a thing I was expecting to see again. But you keep doing these kind of lines here. You do one line, then you do another line, then you do another line, and you keep doing these kind of lines. So when you try to make a straight line, you do more or less something like this, instead of doing one single straight line. So this is my biggest complaint here. You can simply use a straight line for doing those things here. We don't need to keep going about and around with multiple small lines. You can do one single concise line. You should actually practice that, because I feel like in your drawings that's the thing that always kinda toots me the most, is seeing this catchy kinda line. This works good for things like this, like for the hair, for the face fur. For those things it works good. But for the rest, like the clothing and stuff, it's not something I approve of.